In the year 2084, Earth had become a hub of intergalactic trade. Humans had made contact with various alien species, and interstellar visitors were a common sight in major cities. Amidst this bustling exchange, a solitary event unfolded that would be talked about for generations. Late one evening, as a young botanist named Ethan Walker returned to his quiet home in the Colorado mountains, he stumbled upon an unusual sight. A glowing, faintly translucent figure sat at the edge of a clearing near his cabin. The figure was humanoid, but undeniably alien, with skin that shimmered like silver under the moonlight and large, luminescent eyes that seemed to hold galaxies within them. Ethan approached cautiously, unsure whether to flee or offer help. The figure turned its head, revealing a delicate face etched with desperation. "Please," she said in a voice that was melodic yet trembling, "I need your help." Startled by her ability to speak his language, Ethan hesitated. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" "My name is Lyra," she said. "I am not from this world. I have no one else to turn to. I need you to marry me." The absurdity of the request left Ethan speechless. "Marry you?" he finally managed to say. "Why would an alien need to marry a human?" Lyra's gaze dropped to the ground. "It's the only way to save my life. My people are dying, hunted across the galaxy. The ones who survive are enslaved, or worse. If I claim asylum on Earth, I'll be turned away. Your governments require proof of a close relationship. Marriage is the only bond they respect." Ethan was skeptical. "Why me? You could find anyone." "Because you're kind," Lyra interrupted. "I've been watching you. You live alone, away from the noise and cruelty of your species. I thought perhaps you would understand." Though Ethan found the situation bizarre, he couldn't ignore the pleading in her voice. "Give me one night to think about it," he said. Lyra nodded and vanished into the woods, leaving behind a faint trail of light. That night, Ethan barely slept. Questions swirled in his mind. Was Lyra telling the truth? Could she be a fugitive hiding something darker? By morning, he resolved to uncover the truth before making a decision. Over the next few days, Lyra revealed fragments of her story. She belonged to a species known as the Xylarian, a once thriving race now nearly extinct after a catastrophic war with a brutal empire called the Zytraxians. She showed Ethan holographic images of her home planet, lush forests with crystalline rivers, now reduced to ashes. Her people had scattered across the galaxy, hunted by Zytrax and bounty hunters. Still, Ethan hesitated. His logical mind questioned the wisdom of entangling himself in an intergalactic conflict. But as he spent more time with Lyra, he saw not just her fear, but her resilience. She was intelligent, resourceful, and had an odd sense of humor that caught him off guard. One night, as they sat under the stars, Lyra confessed a deeper truth. "I wasn't just any Ilarian," she said. "I was their leader's daughter. The Zytraxians won't stop until I'm dead." Ethan's blood ran cold. "So, if I help you, I become a target too?" Lyra nodded, her luminous eyes filled with guilt. "I wouldn't blame you for saying no. I only ask because I have no one else." Ethan knew the risks but couldn't turn away. "If we're doing this, we need to make it believable," he said. "You'll have to learn how to act human." What followed was a whirlwind of preparation. Lyra struggled with human customs, shaking hands, small talk, even eating solid food. But her genuine effort to adapt endeared her to Ethan. They shared stories of their lives, and Ethan found himself drawn to her in ways he hadn't expected. The day of their marriage arrived, and they registered their union at a government center. Ethan felt a pang of guilt as he signed the papers. He wasn't sure if this was a lie or the most honest thing he'd ever done. But their troubles were far from over. A week later, a Zytraxian bounty ship entered Earth's orbit, demanding Lyra's surrender. Earth authorities, eager to avoid conflict, informed the Zytraxians of Lyra's location. Ethan and Lyra fled into the wilderness, pursued by both human agents and Zytraxian drones. As they navigated the dense forests, Lyra revealed another secret. "I didn't just come here to escape. I came here because humans, you, might hold the key to saving my people." Ethan stopped in his tracks. "What do you mean?" "Your DNA," Lyra explained. "It's remarkably adaptable. If I can combine it with mine, it could restore my species' ability to resist the Zytraxan's bioweapons. It's why I chose you. Ethan felt a mix of betrayal and awe. So this wasn't just about marriage. Lyra shook her head. It started that way, but now I don't see you as just a means to an end. You've given me hope. Before Ethan could respond, the forest erupted in chaos. Zytraxian soldiers descended from the sky, their advanced weaponry slicing through the trees. Ethan and Lyra fought back with everything they had, using a combination of Lyra's alien technology and Ethan's knowledge of the terrain. In a final desperate move, Lyra activated a device that created a temporary wormhole. "Go through," she shouted. "What about you?" Ethan yelled. "I'll follow," she promised. Ethan hesitated but stepped through. He found himself in a vast, unfamiliar landscape. Lyra's homeworld, partially restored. Moments later, Lyra appeared beside him, injured but alive. "This is what remains of my people," she said, pointing to a small group of survivors. "And you're part of it now." Ethan looked at her, realizing he had crossed a line he could never uncross. Together, they began a new chapter, one where humanity and the Learian race would forge an alliance to stand against the Zytraxian threat. In the end, Ethan realized he wasn't just helping Lyra. He was part of something far greater, a fight for survival, hope, and a future he never imagined.